He never looks at the rush. He hangs in the pocket, and he makes a throw. He's a cool guy. He's a tough guy. Let me tell you, there's no one calmer in the pocket than Tom Brady.
And I know that Coach has a great appreciation. Coach coached a guy like him in George Blanda, who played a long time in the NFL. In this game, it features legends and active players. Tom Brady qualifies as both.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So now, Charles, to pick up the story we've been telling, John Madden at 42, he had just completed a 10-year stint as the coach of the Raiders. He wants to step away a bit from the grind of coaching, but he doesn't want to step away from the game of football. So he ends up signing on with CBS in 1979 to try his hand at broadcasting. And much like his coaching career, he was pretty much an instant success.
Partner, he really connected with the people right from the start, and people may not remember, he wasn't even on the #1 team in the beginning. He worked his way up. But the same things that made him a great coach made him a great broadcaster. The ability to show the big picture, yet break.
Touchdown! Tony Gonzalez, 30 yards, and the AFC is in for 6.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
Vinatieri now for the point after. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. And it's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. Hester to return from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The NFC heading back out. Hall of Famer Randy Moss a part of this offense. And Coach Madden, boy, he always appreciated the ferociousness with which number 84 attacked the football in the air.
As Randy Moss says, just chunk it up there, dog, and I'll go get it.
And, Coach, boy, did he ever go get it. Over 15,000 receiving yards, 156 touchdowns. And how about this? From his rookie year of 1998 until 2009, those are his prime seasons, right? He led the league in touchdowns 5 times, but even more so, he showed us all how to go up and get it. Great body control. No one's ever done it better playing the ball in the air.
On the draw, here's Sanders. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. So for Coach Madden, Charles, by 1981, his broadcasting career is really taking off. He's elevated to the network's #1 booth that calls all the big matchups. And he gets the plum assignment of calling Super Bowl 16, 49ers and Bengals, and he's teamed up with Pat Summerall. And that pairing ultimately would go on to be one of the most influential in sports broadcasting history.
Influential not just in us listening to them. Remember, they went on and called 8 Super Bowls together. But how they put together kind of the template that all of us broadcasters follow now. Sitting down with the head coaches and the quarterbacks and the stars of each team before a ball game to get extra information. And the way that those two paired together, Pat Summerall, short, concise, to the point, and turned it over to Coach Madden to fill in all the big details.
As you mentioned, CD, talking about John Madden, the broadcaster, he called 8 Super Bowls with Pat Summerall, 3 more with Al Michaels later in his career. He spent nearly 3 decades in the booth all told. And not only was he beloved for his mannerisms, we know that, but he was an innovator as well.
Yeah, Brandon, you're talking about things like the telestrator, which totally became identified with him. And now it's a staple for all analysts to have in the booth. And then you think about things like turducken on Thanksgiving, when he used words like boom and pow. He helped create the All-Madden team. He was a very popular commercial pitch man. And even the Madden Cruiser was unique, and you had to be someone to get a ride on it, too.
3 quarters complete now in the John Madden legacy game from Oakland. It's the AFC on top, and we're back to the Coliseum after this. On first down, Favre. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Now, CD, we did get a little ahead of ourselves talking about John Madden, the broadcaster in the 90s and 2000s, because there was another product during that time period that he became quite famous for, and something that you and I know a little bit about, and that's the video game that bears his name. Originally John Madden Football when it was first released back in the late 1980s, and now known the world over simply as Madden.
And Coach saw this originally as a way to teach the game of football. The early designs were for a 7-on-7 game, but he said no chance. He would not sign off on it. He wanted to be as realistic as possible. He told him, call me when it's 11-on-11. And he got his wish.
Yeah, after that debut, Madden the video game continued to pick up steam through the 90s in a big way. And John himself, many will remember, was a commentator for the series for many years. And now here we are in the 2020s, and this game has sold somewhere in the neighborhood of 150 million copies. So, CD, you look at the accumulation of John Madden's achievements in the world of football, the coaching success, the Super Bowl title, the incredible career as a broadcaster with 12 Emmy Awards, Madden the video game. It was very fitting back in 2006 that John Madden got the call to be enshrined into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
A more deserving person you will not find. He gave an incredible speech on that day, Brandon. So many of his former Raider players were in attendance. He talked about how he envisioned that when the last person turns off the lights in the hall every night, that the bus talk football amongst themselves. And what a discussion that might be.
Yeah, he finished his speech by saying, today feels like the second time in my life that I'm being carried off on the shoulders of others. Yet instead of off the field, it's into the Hall of Fame. This has been the sweetest ride of them all. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Now Morton Anderson for the field goal try. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. The Hall of Famer's kick is good, and a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position with all 3 timeouts. I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
The AFC offense heading back out. You know, Charles, Coach really loved to utilize his tight ends in the passing game. You think about Dave Casper, Hall of Famer for those great Raider teams. And I think he saw a lot of Dave Casper in an all-Madden staple, Tony Gonzalez.
Tony Gonzalez is the type of tight end I think everyone's looking for. He's a guy that can make some big plays from that tight end position. Let me tell you, you better make sure you have him accounted for on every play.
And that's exactly right, because Dave Casper, he could shred defenses down the middle of the field. And that's exactly what Tony Gonzalez did in his entire career. A 14-time Pro Bowl selection. Only Tom Brady has more. There's 6 guys in the 15,000.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air, because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. From the 6. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
1st and 10, it's Favre. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And incomplete on the deep ball. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
You just let me know.
They'll try and throw for it with Favre. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the AFC is going to get the football back in great field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. So it's a win here for the AFC on an incredible afternoon of football and remembering the life of John Madden. Before we go, one final message. And for all of us at EA Sports, this one's for you, Coach.
Rest in peace, Mr. Madden.
I just say this, I thank you all very much. This has been the sweetest ride of them all.
Time to decide how you're going to make your match. Head back to the Become Coach once again. Feeling a little rushed? Head on over to the main menu.
I had to turn the music off so because it's gonna freaking mute my audio if I have music playing on this thing. Yeah, hopefully y'all can hear me and hopefully the thing's not lagging out on the video and stuff. Is that better? I moved my phone away from my unlike things.
We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. The veteran kicker, Robbie Gould, set to get us started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Hurts throwing right away. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 36 yards on the play.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
On first down, Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Niners will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Lance now on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
On second and 10, Lance flush to his right. And he will find his man, Samuel, and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards, first down. To throw, it's Lance. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more on that one, and another first down. A first carry for Elijah Mitchell. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll wind up being a huge loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a second and forever. They got the ball to the outer third of the field, but they could not seal that edge and lost yardage.
And I love how you brought that up, because sealing the edge is often a function of the offensive tackle on the line of scrimmage, oftentimes the tight end, maybe your H-back, someone to set the edge at the line of scrimmage to give them a spot to get to. If you're not able to do that, you're not able to turn the corner.
A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
I can hear the film session right now. I can hear the coach saying to his team, guys, how does a guy that big get that open?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Imagine him as a kid, just trying to play hide and seek.
No chance.
No chance. He goes to hide behind the skinny tree. You see the front, the back, the top. Good luck.
Yeah, you see him. You don't see the tree.
5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a fourth down situation. We're scoreless after one. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. Lance to throw for it on fourth down. Flushed out right. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Now the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover. Over on downs. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger. That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Off of play action, here's Lance. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. And they'll go for it. Lance. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Shotgun now for Lance. Escaping the pressure right. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. Here's Lance to throw it. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles 16. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. Eluding the pressure right. Checks it down to Sermon out of the backfield. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. Play action. Now it's Lance. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So no scoring in our 1st half. What will the 2nd half bring as we are now back underway? Fields it right around the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the 3rd quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
From the 27, Lance buying time to his left. This one caught by Kittle. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Lance now on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Flush to his right. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Throwing now is Lance. That is incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now Lance. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Needed 13, they got 14 on third down.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well, like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he is going to lose yardage here. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Final minute now of the third quarter. Play action. Here's Hurts.
Oh, you got
he's going to be intercepted a third time. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far. Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
To throw again on second down. Lance completes it to the tight end Kittle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So 3 quarters in the book, still no one on the scoreboard. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and goal from inside the 5. Mitchell is in. Touchdown, 49ers. Well, I think we both got to thinking the team that scores the first TD may be the one to win this football game, and here we go. Our first touchdown, and it comes in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and it's a testament that both of these defenses were able to hold the line this long, but now, on the other side,
they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught at the 5.
Oh, you gotta be fucking.
And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
Stood there like doing nothing.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we've seen drive after drive come up empty for them, and they've yet to dent the scoreboard, yet still right in the middle of a one-score game.
So this is where you absolutely have to forget everything that's happened in your previous drives. They don't matter right now. You just mentioned it. One-score game. This drive here can erase all of what happened previously.
They go play action with Hurts. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and he is going to lose yardage here. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
On first down, Lance flushed out right. He shakes him off. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Throwing is Lance on third down.
Oh, you got it.
Open man is Ayuk, complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, a 20-yard touchdown. And the 49ers have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a fourth quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores.
Oh, my God. Why did I hit that one?
And that should do it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards to pick up, first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Lance looking to throw it. This will be caught at about the 5. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Deebo Samuel taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Niners have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Javon Hargrave. So the victory here for San Francisco, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles.
I haven't played Madden in a long time, so I don't have anybody on my friends list on here because I just downloaded this game. Definitely not hitting that because I don't want copyright off that. I'm pretty sure I have buddies on this game. Can I have custom players on here? Make my own player.
Entering settings screen, you have 20 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
usually you could like make custom player to use, but I don't know if you can do it on this one. I don't think so. Give me one second, I'll be back in a minute. If you want to add me on there, it should be it says Trucker98 on there on the EA Sports thing, so it should be all caps 098 if y'all do want to add me on there, play on there. But give me one second, I'm gonna step out and do something real quick. Trying to get something to snack on real quick, hang on.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. On play action, Prescott rolling to his left. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Prescott. Open man, Lamb. It's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 45-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Meanwhile, Dak's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 27-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
A first down carry by Elliott. Down at the 25.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's the defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here, just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on 3rd down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what? That drive continues.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
On 2nd and 7, Prescott into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. No score after one on EA Sports. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Parsons.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw hauled in by Washington. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And then by the time they do anything, it's too freaking late.
Throwing, Prescott. And he'll get it right back to Washington. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back. Back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Inside give to Elliott, and he's going to get this one down to the 30. He was brought down by Patrick Johnson.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Well, this throw complete to Washington, and he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 14. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Washington. And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Elliott will score. Touchdown,
You're supposed to push him away from the goal.
Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Credit the tackle there to Jordan Lewis. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Another run here with Sanders. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give him credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give him any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A give to Elliott running left. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Prescott looks to throw on first.
Oh, my God, go!
Caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Cowboys! C.D. Lamb, 60 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. No problem there on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
Oh, you fucking
coverage, and it's intercepted.
Get the fucker.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time.
Why did it make me run? What the fuck?
Knows how to focus on defending the pass
It's
here.
supposed to be a pass.
Re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Oh my god. I would have had to, but I realized it
They've
fucking
not
turned
given
into
up
a
much of
run thing.
anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Here's Hurts to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain, or make people miss.
Oh my god, that's
intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's
nobody's sitting there blocking. They just moved off to the
ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And they're probably going to get another.
And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
A good run of 6 yards there, gets him closer to the goal line.
And puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott, and he will take it.
Why'd you pull him into the goal, you idiot?
Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Cowboys have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went into the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here.
How in the... That should have been pass fucking interference.
Picked off by Malik Hooker. Still down.
That should have been fucking pass interference.
Yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about
Can I hit that person
this
with a baseball bat?
They haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you
wouldn't do any good because you just be hitting the computer
that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Prescott on play action. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. catch. Now they pick up over 30 yards. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A give to Elliott.
They had that many players and they couldn't
stop
right
around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But not much on that run, Charles. No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
A great move in there, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Again, it's Elliott. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. 66 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Now Elliott, and he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Zeke Elliott able to find his way in from a yard out. And the Cowboys
I can still say y'all got your asses before in real life.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. The give is to Elliott. Stops at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They go to Elliott again. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Might as well just freaking spike the ball to him. Fucking him freaking wins the game.
Elliott. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's Prescott. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Cowboys are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last point of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it's just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on
See if I put it up, see if I can hear myself louder. It probably can.
Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.
Yeah, that's probably why people can't even hear me, because I got desktop audio probably too high. Let's see. Turn that down and then have that up. I had to turn that down. Like I said, I had to turn that down a little bit, and I don't know how well it's going to work. If I talk loudly, people can hear me a whole lot better, but let's see if I can go in here. I'm going to turn this down. I think it's volume control. See if that fixes it. I don't know if that's better or worse. If it is better, let me know. I tried to turn down some volume settings. Hopefully I'm a whole lot louder than I was.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium.
Hopefully that works.
We've got what should prove to be a good one between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! 19 Tiger! 19 Tiger! They start off.
Where was my blocking at?
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. Throwing is Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll get this one way up just.
What the fudge? Yeah, I bet they're trying to quit or something. I don't know. I don't know why you paused it for?
The 45-yard line.
Yo mama's 60. How about that?
On first and 10, it's Hurts. A quick throw there, going to be back.
Yeah, about screwed up again.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he'll get maybe a couple, if that, up to the 46. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now a clash of bodies.
Oh my god, dude.
Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Ravens will have the football as this is taken up.
You gotta be fucking joking me. Excuse my
Ravens
language.
come up now first and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Go! Bit.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete.
Good.
Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Now it's Jackson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly. And
What the fuck?
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Again, Jackson sliding out of the pocket. That's taken in by Duvernay.
I like how there's nobody on the freaking right side of my thing to block. They just all on the opposite sides of the field.
All over 50 yards between this play and the last one. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10.
Keep them from getting the score, which I already know that.
So now they'll look to throw. Jansen to
Oh my
his
god,
left.
go!
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Hang on.
J.K. Dobbins, a 15-yard touchdown.
Yeah, it won't even let you review it. I'm pretty sure he didn't have both feet in there. That was four.
First here in this one. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
I don't know how good the audio is on you.
Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game.
Hey, that should have been face mask.
Interception on the previous
They grabbed it right by the freaking helmet.
Look at it, a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit.
He grabbed him by his freaking helmet. It should have been face mask.
Make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high and maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, still in the first half here. A long way to go. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
How, that should have been a fucking... You gotta be kidding me, dude.
And the Ravens are going to take over.
I'm pretty sure I timed it wrong.
They're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
That'll be complete to Dobbins. And they'll
screw up, I still have a chance to actually get points and win.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
It's only the second quarter. Why are they only 5 minutes long? Usually they give you the option to make it freaking longer.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Here's a pass.
How the fuck did you miss? You know,
And a tackle going to be made at the 38.
I'm just mad and being honest. How the freak you miss when you're directly right in front of them?
Down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession
Come on.
stay the same. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, and he goes out of bounds, and they keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery.
Don't push them over. Fuck, dude.
They're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
You gotta be kidding me, dude. You're supposed to push them backwards so they don't go over the line, not push them over where they can go.
With Jackson.
Get that shit out of here.
Lead on the deep ball.
And my player didn't even attempt to jump up. He should have jumped up and did the same thing they did.
Flag on that one, looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
That was complete to Crochet. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field, and now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender.
Will you get him, you dumb pluckers?
Really nice target.
They don't need
Cock,
to run another
cock.
play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Dobbins trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. One more time with Dobbins.
What's the point in having a defense if they don't even try to defend and try to keep them in there?
J.K. Dobbins with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens are in for 6. This time the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13.
I don't see the point in having defense if they don't do what they're supposed to do.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Yep.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Yeah.
It is fielded right at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a
Hopefully y'all can hear me a whole lot better.
tackled at the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
This is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor, maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't you practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy. That was a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties, and you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Bird sets up to throw it.
Where's my blocking, dude?
Too much. Down he goes. Calais
Oh my god.
home for the sack.
That's a big defensive step.
Don't know how to freaking block.
Momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
Another try after the first down sack.
I swear.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Are you fucking kidding me? Get him, you stupid son of... You gotta be motherfucking kidding me.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The Blaze, I might probably go back to freaking Rocket League. At least with that one, I was actually good at the freaking game.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. To throw is Jackson, being chased out left. He's got his man, it's Andrews.
What's the point in having defense if they just stand there and not attempt to go after him? And they wait till he goes over the line before hitting him.
That is definitely what we call on defense an
Just how
uh-oh
stupid
play.
these freaking things are.
Against Lamar Jackson, you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, he's going to try and run it. I like it.
Got a man, it's caught. For a Ravens touchdown. Nick Boyle, as time expires in the first half. And the Ravens would extend their lead here just before halftime. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone, and only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 37 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they be...
And he is into the end.
What the fuck, y'all? Fuck. She's my name. The fuck.
Lamar Jackson, a 23-yard run.
What? What this game?